today's video, I'm gonna show you how to add a pom-pom stitch trim to your crochet projects. These are really fun to add onto a throw pillow that you're making, or even the edge of a blanket. And they just give a nice little texture, especially if you're making a baby blanket. Babies really like to have things that they can grab with their little hands, and these little pom-poms are perfect. I'm Lavina Perry. This is Solo Stitching. Let's stitch. So this is my little fall sample that I made with the zigzag stitch, and you can get the video on how to create this up on the side here and learn how to do the zigzag stitch step by step. So we're going to be working right onto the side of this. If you have a blanket that you've finished, if you do a row of single crochets or add something just to make this edge just a little straighter, this has not been blocked, so this is just how I stitched it on, and we're going to go ahead and use this. It's just easier to count stitches and keep track of things when you have a nice finished edge. If you're working in the side where you've got like these longer loops, it just a little more, just makes it a little more difficult to keep track of keeping everything evenly spaced as you're going along. Alright, so I'm just gonna start by adding a little chain of this red yarn like I have on the other side, and I'm just gonna create 4 chain stitches. And I'm using a bigger hook for this than I used for these. I think it's easier to see when I'm doing a tutorial for you to see the bigger stitches, but you can do this with any size hook that you have. This is just a medium weight synthetic yarn, and you can change up the yarns. Just know that if you size down on your hook or your yarn, that you will have a smaller pom-pom and much smaller stitching. So now that we have the 4 stitches, I'm going to yarn over and I'm going to insert my hook into the second stitch from the hook. So 1, 2, and I'm going to insert there, and I'm going to pull up a loop. So now I have 3. I'm going to yarn over again, and I'm going to pull through just 2. We're going to yarn over, and we're going to repeat that a total of 3 times. So this is number 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2. So now I have 4 loops on my hook, and I'm going to yarn over one more time, and I'm going to pull through all 4 of those loops, and then I'm going to close it off with a chain stitch. So now we're going to make the top half of this. So if you can look at what we just created, it's like a little bobble stitch, which is just a half of a ball. So you can see that it's flat on this side, but it's round on the other side. So now we want to make the top half of this. So we're going to chain 2, yarn over, and we're going to insert our hook into the little chain that we created right on top of the little bobble. Insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And we're going to repeat that 2 more times. So again, a total of 3 times. Pull through 2, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 until you have 4 loops on the hook, and then yarn over and pull through all 4 to create a second bobble. So if you look at the back of what you've created, you can see 2 little half balls. So we're going to bend that over, and that's going to give us the full little puff. And then rather than inserting it back into this hook, I like to go down 1 stitch. It just leaves a smaller hole underneath. and we're just going to slip stitch that on. So if we watch that again, I don't think I explained that very well. So we're at the top. We're going to fold this over so the two flat sides of the pom-pom will meet, and then we're going to be inserting our hook not in this stitch where we made the pom-pom, but we're going to go one stitch down and insert our hook there, and we're just going to slip stitch it together. And now we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And that's going to create the other little arm off of our pom-pom. So now we work to the blanket to attach it. So we're going to count over 5 stitches. So don't count the stitch where you were just working. We're going to count over 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Insert your hook, and we're going to complete a single crochet. And that's going to attach that little pom-pom right onto the side. Now we're going to repeat that for the next one. So we're going to chain 4, 2, 3, 4, yarn over, and we're inserting into the second stitch from the hook. Pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through, just 2, not 3, yarn over, insert our hook again, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert a hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2. So we should have 4 loops on our hook. Then we're going to yarn over again and pull through all 4 and close it off with a chain stitch. So that's the first half of our pom-pom. So now we're going to chain 2, and we're going to be working into the chain stitch that is on top of the first little bobble that we made. So we're going to yarn over and insert the hook into that chain stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and one more time, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2 till we have 4 loops on the hook, and then yarn over and pull through all 4. And again, we're going to close it off with a chain stitch, and then we're going to insert the hook into the stitch below the first half of our pom-pom, and we're just going to slip stitch this shut so that it folds the 2 halves of the pom-pom together. And then we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to attach it to our work. So 5 stitches over, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, insert and complete a single crochet. All right, so there you can see our little pom-poms are forming here. So we'll go through this one more time so you can stitch along and practice creating these. You can make these legs longer or shorter. You can put them closer together. It really just depends what look you're trying to get. You can create the same stitch just by making it directly onto the side of your blanket without doing the little legs. So you would do your 2 halves of your bobble, fold it over and slip stitch it, and then single crochet 2 or 3 spaces and then make another pom-pom. So it doesn't have to be with the legs on it. That was just how I worked it on my little sample that I was doing. It just gives it almost like a fringe look. But I can show you, actually I'll just show you how to do it. If you want to work the pom-poms directly onto the blanket rather than putting them on the little legs. I'll show you how to do that. So you're going to, oops, yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop, pull through 2. So we're just going to create this little bobble, working 2 stitches at a time until we get 4 loops on our hook, just like we did with the last one. So when we have 4, yarn over, pull through all 4, chain stitch it shut, chain 2, and then we're going to be working into that chain stitch right on top of the bobble. So yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, pull through 2, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and one more time, pull up a loop and pull through 2. Got a little ball of yarn forming there. Okay, and then we're going to yarn over and pull through all 4, and we're going to do a chain stitch to close it. So now when we take that top half and fold it over the bottom half, we're just going to slip stitch it right into that same stitch where you worked the pom-pom. And just go ahead and slip stitch that shut. And that's what it will look like when you're all done. So then you can just single crochet along, and then you can work another pom-pom. So that's the difference. So if you have put it up on the legs, you can see they're more like fringe this way, and this way it just adds a little bit of decoration and texture to the edge of your project. So I hope that has been helpful. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please like and share. I always appreciate when you guys can share this with other people, and let me know how you're doing with your cute little pom-pom fringe stitches. You can find me on social media, DM me on Instagram if you want to share some pictures with me of your projects. I will put all of the links down in the description for you. And don't forget to grab your copy of the Ultimate Guide to Crochet for Your Mental Health. I will have the link down in the description as well, because crochet is not just fun, it's good for you. So until next time, happy stitching.